The recovery bag that we featured in the last video is what you pull out when you're stuck. Jump the battery, plug the tire, get moving again. But what we're going to cover here is what you need if that doesn't work right away. Waiting on a tow or just stuck longer than you meant to be. This whole thing straps over the back of a seat. PALS webbing facing outward so whoever's sitting behind it can grab whatever they need without twisting around. It also reads more tactical than most of what I like to put on this channel, and I'll own that. Done right, a fully loaded panel looks like gear built around exactly what you need, not military surplus, but that takes covering every loop, and this one isn't fully built out. That gap in the webbing reads mil surplus more than the coyote color does. When there's a new vehicle to build this into, it'll probably end up as a few smaller, rigid panels spread throughout the interior instead of one big one on a seat back. Same idea, a lot less visible to somebody just glancing in. Here we're going to pull out a roadside safety vest. And this thing's honestly been on more construction sites than on roadsides. Same vest that goes for construction observation visits. Also pulls a second job when it needs to, changing a tire. And then we'll grab the survival blanket. And this hasn't had a reason yet to be used. That's fine. This thing doesn't need regular use to be worth the space. And then we'll pull out a poncho that's older than my last vehicle by more than a decade. It goes back to field exercises in college, and the wetness of rain hasn't changed much since then, so it stays. The next thing that we're going to look at is this Roaring Fire Ember pouch. Got a couple of like Maxpedition straps on there holding this on. I got a little carabiner multi-tool with a bottle opener. Just clipped it on the outside, not taking up a lot of space there. Go ahead and open this up and we'll take a look at what's inside. So the first thing that we're going to look at is some of that high-speed 550 cord. Always good to have some extra cordage. You never know when you need to tie something up. Always got to have a notebook and a pen. And then also in here, I've got a pre-charged spare one-use phone battery charger thing. Got a couple sticks of chapstick. Then I've got a whole bunch of charging cords. Another little multi-tool. This one's more of a card shape. Got a reflective heat blanket, compressed towel. And I got the brick for those charging cords. It's not the most up-to-date technology, but in a pinch, I've got USB-C, USB to Lightning, and USB micro all in here, so charge anything you need. And we'll go ahead and zip this up. I also like to keep with all this is a dry bag. And inside of it is a bunch of other stuff to keep your stuff dry. Go ahead and open this up. And first thing we'll pull out is a fanny pack dry bag. If you're going to be walking away from a vehicle while it's raining, it's good to throw some stuff in there that you don't want to get wet. And we'll pull out this dry bag that you can put around your neck, put your cell phone in. You can use it through that clear panel. Keeps the phone dry, but still operable. Similar, another one of those around the neck phone bags. Just maybe you've got multiple people. And got the floating sunglass retainers, croquis, if you will. And then got a boonie cover there. Whether you're headed out from your vehicle in a situation where things are wet, or maybe intentionally going on the water, this whole bag is some good gear to grab to have with you in those situations. Next, we're going to take a look at the individual first aid kit or trauma kit. This is for stuff that's actually serious. This one has this quick detach to remove from the Velcro panel that's hooked to the molly. That way you can just grab it and go. You don't need to fish stuff out of it in the car. You can take it to where it's needed. Once you get it where it's needed, you can actually hang it by that loop, and then it can all unfold and open up. This is the GRULLIN 39 piece off the shelf. Nothing exotic. I mean, I just felt like a cheap one beats not having one at all, but piece by piece, I'm trying to replace Amazon junk with real stuff. But again, having something is better than having nothing. The next thing we're going to look at is the ouch pouch. And this is probably the first thing on the kit that most people are actually going to reach for. Right now it needs a little bit of restocking. I took care of the adhesive bandages. Those are handled, but I need to do some antibiotic ointment and a couple other things that got used because somebody's always finding a way to get scratched up picking blueberries. This kit doesn't have one big story. It's just got a lot of little small ones. None of it's dramatic, but all of it's been used. Both of these kits look different up close than the rest of everything else on the panel. Black patch with a red cross on one, black patch with red text on the other, while everything else here kind of tries to blend in. But this is the right call. Even if it wasn't the original reasoning, if something's actually wrong, you don't want to be hunting behind camouflage. The trade-off is real, though. The one part of this setup that's easy for me to find fast is also the easiest thing for anyone else looking into the car to clock as medical kit here. I don't have a clean answer for that yet, but for now, findability wins. Most of this stuff doesn't have some big story attached to it. It's just using your vehicle over and over again. You learn what earns its spot. And that's the whole bar. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.